Hey Leo, this is Dr. Tarot with Take Charge Tarot, here to give you your, these cards are sticking, to give you your October 21st through 31st love, career, and soul path reading. Please do take everything, well, if it doesn't resonate with you, then there's another look at your other placements. This reading is, of course, for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury, and Mars, and Jupiter, and Saturn. So consider those things. And let's get into it. Please subscribe and or like this video if it resonates with you or the message resonates with you. Okay, so looking at, this is career and work. So I use those terms interchangeably, meaning it could be career, something that you actually get paid for, or it's the life work that you perform that you may not get paid for, but you consider it your work. A lot of good stuff here, Leo. Let's see. So I'll start with career/work. This is denoting where you are. I mean, from where I am standing, it looks like you are in a great place. My sense is that you might have just undergone a change, a big change, and you're on the other side of that, and you're feeling a sense of balance. Also kind of a sense of really optimism, which isn't typically a word that I get or that comes through for temperance, but this is really, it looks like all of you can come forth in your work. And if this is not already happening, I would say it's already happening. If you don't feel it completely, know that it is, you're in process. And I say all of this because Temperance is the 14th card of the Major Arcana, and Death comes right before Temperance. So there had to be a huge transformation prior to that card. So you're looking good. I mean, this, especially in this deck, this Temperance card is, you really can see the, not only is it an angel, but you can kind of see the spirit, the spirit emanating from him. It's not clear if it's emanating from him or behind him. So the direction you might want to go in is find other people to work with. So there might be a project that you started that's like a life project, or it's like something that you feel incredibly passionate about. Don't be afraid to ask for help. You know, just because it's your thing doesn't mean other people aren't going to be willing to help you with it and that won't enjoy it. I mean, this is Three of Pentacles, and if you can see, they're really enjoying their work on this project. So definitely a great feeling here. Generally, Leo, you're looking really great. You know, there's little things here and there, but especially when I just laid the cards down, it looks like life is in a sort of nice space. It's not that things are boring and calm. There's just a balance of growth, excitement, a little, what do we call that? Contraction, maybe. But moving on, I just wanted to give you kind of the vista thing as I continue your reading. And the immediate action you can take is just recognize that you are already there. So you've already arrived. This is the end of a cycle. You used up a lot of energy to get to that place. And it's sort of like you're in the home stretch. You're in the home stretch of either getting all the pieces together to start said thing, be it a job, be it a career, a whole new career, a business, a project, a particular project. You know better than I do. I mean, if this resonates with you, then I'm talking to you. If it doesn't, as I've already mentioned, look at your other placements, or just, this might be a very specific message for a specific person. But definitely you've gotten this far, you can go that extra yard, that last mile, and know that you are capable. It's just that you might be tired. I see you more right now as the bull or the I'm not certain if he looks like a sort of bull, but a different species than I am aware of. But sort of this burden, I mean, you've got this. You know, he's got this. He's certainly looking at the camera or looking at the artist and saying like, no, I want to take a break, thank you. But you've got it. So moving on to love. So this is, if you are partner, I guess I might be talking to people who are single and dating. This looks like you had kind of a little setback, a little grief. What it feels like for me is that it was not an insignificant type relationship. It was a relationship that never was. It kind of never really got off the ground, but you got kind of excited about it. And this is just, I want to say this is grief with a little g, not a big G, so lowercase g. So you're just kind of like sad and, oh gosh, you probably hyped up this person. If this is you, if this isn't you, right, I've already said the thing. But yeah, so this is, this doesn't feel tragic. This doesn't feel like lifelong grief. This feels like very specific grief on the surface, grief that you can, it's tangible. It's tangible. You're probably, maybe you've had a cry here and there. You've had just a bout of sadness. You have a memory about the person, and then that's it. You're kind of, you'll get through this one, basically. You'll get through this one in a fairly easy amount of time. And might I show you that in this particular card, you know, typically there's 2 cups. When I say typically, I'm referring to the Rider-Waite deck. Here we've got one that she is streaming this beautiful, lovely light into the ground, but this certainly looks like something that is being a seed, if you will. Whoops, technical difficulties. It's real life, ladies and gentlemen, folks, family. And this one is just fabulous, but we can often notice that one's kind of behind her, but she sees these empty, leaking bowls. She knows this bowl's here. What she may not be seeing is the, like, fertileness, richness. Even though it's light, it is fertilizing the earth for this project or this new thing. Could be a new relationship, because we are in the love column here. And so where you kind of want to go is this is very much in line with the 5 of Cups, meaning acknowledge what you have. So you are, my guess is that in the love and relationship realm, and this means all relationships, you're pretty rich. I mean, yeah, your soulmate isn't right next to you, but you are definitely, you have a very full relational life. And once you kind of let this move through you, you've got this guy. And it should be pretty fabulous. And what I mean by that is, like, this isn't, the white knight, if you will. I never liked that expression. It sounds too savory, and I think that's an error we make with romance, right? No one's going to come in and save us. Love will not save us. However, you already have tons of love, and you have very tangible examples. For me, this is, you have people in your life. If it's not family, it's friends that feel like family, a family of your making. And the immediate action you can take is go for all of it. Go for anything. So this isn't, if you're thinking about somebody, go for them. This is, you're a Leo. And even though the Chariot is a Cancer is the ruling sign of the Chariot. I mean, in this particular deck, Chariot is just full force moving forward. And again, the charioteer is not the focus, but rather the chariot. So you are the vessel being pulled by these 2 horses, which represent, some people say, like dualistic parts of the brain. You could argue a left brain, right brain thing. But really, that's kind of irrelevant for this reading for you. what is happening is that you're in a sufficiently grounded place where you can do this, which means if you want to date, go on a date, say yes to everybody. If you don't want to and you want to stay in and watch movies by yourself and eat good food, do that. If you want to hang out with friends, so anything that in the love and relationship realm, which is what I'm seeing here, anything that just you want to go for it, go. Forget any reservations that come for you, cast them aside. Leo, as I'm reading this, I'm not thinking to myself, oh, this is Leo, this is a fire sign. Especially because, as you know, you have many other placements. You could be a Leo with a ton of earth, and you're going to obviously be a different sort of Leo than a Leo with a lot of water, as an example. But this does feel, it has a fiery vibe. I mean, we've got Sag, Aries. Again, I know Chariot's Cancer. I know my purists of the tarot, but if that doesn't look a bit fiery, I don't know what does. And we can debate this, because I do feel strongly about the Cancerian vibe of Chariot. But for the sake of Leos, it just feels great. I love it. I don't know why I love it so much, because there's not, like, there's sadness, but it just feels like you're living your life, Leo. Like you've got this richness that's just kind of I'm thinking interpenetration, but that's not quite the word. Have you ever seen like a long view of rivers? So if you're like an aerial view, and it looks like the veins in our body, I mean, that's not an accident, sort of like everything's interconnected. Kind of like that. Like you've got a thriving river, and the earth is fertile, and things are happening, which means you're taking some risks. You took one to get here, and you're just sort of living this. Life is risk. I mean, sometimes there are extremes in life, but this just feels so alive. I was going to say juicy, but that's not quite the word. It's more like it's alive. It's throbbing with life, and that, to me, that's got to be the best type of status, I think, to be honest. Now, moving to your soul path is what I like to call this. Now, this obviously can be whatever you deem to be your soul path. Soul purpose. It could be relationships, could be your purpose. Your work could be your purpose. Having a family could be your purpose. Living a rich, what's the word I'm looking for? I was going to say solitude. Living in solitude, in conscious solitude with yourself. That can be your soul purpose. Like, this is all, it's between you and spirit, or you already know it, but I leave it very much open to what you define as your soul purpose, or your soul path, rather. So we've got Emperor. So looks to me like you're doing well. So Aries rules this, which is your fellow fire sign. And we are in an Emperor year. And as I understand it and have studied other teachers' teachings, this tells me that you're good. You have done the Emperor work, meaning you are saying to the world, Emperor is not masculine energy, or, oh, this is the stern father figure. No. Emperor is just saying, I'm here, and you must see me. Basically, in the 90s, I don't think they use it anymore, but the queer community used a slogan called, I'm here, I'm queer, get used to it. I for some reason, that seems to come up every so often for me when I think of Emperor. It's like, he doesn't have to do anything. He's not doing anything. He's sitting on his throne, which in this card I love happens to be the planet Mars. And he's just doing him. And what is important is that you cannot not recognize his presence. You must, again, he's here, he's Emperor, get used to it. So we can love him or like him. It's you bringing your most authentic self to the fore and saying, hey, I'm here. I was something else. I was, either the people pleaser, or I was following a very, I don't know, following old scripts about what I should be or do. Whatever it is, this is you saying, yeah, I'm here. I may not be whatever sort of polished facade I was before, but that wasn't really me. That wasn't real. So I am now here and I am authentic. So great placement for where you are right now. I mean, you've got 2 major arcana cards right here, right? 2 out of 3 in this little row. So that bodes pretty well. And then you've got one down here. So there's good, again, throbbing with life. There's just good stuff happening. For some reason though, I mean, you're tired. It looks like you've had to put up a fight lately with regard to this journey. So you're tired. You're tired. Sometimes when we get tired, it's like, yeah, we've moved forward, we've done our thing, but like those voices, the ones that jabber away and tell us lies about ourselves, that's when they take their opportunity and they're like, oh, you know what, Leo's kind of down for the count. Let me ramp it up over here with my noise. And you're just like, yeah, I've walked away from that nonsense, dudes. I'm gone. I don't want to deal with the fight, the artificial fight, if you will. I'm not fighting. I don't have to fight. I'm doing me, I'm doing me. So this is great advice to finish off your reading. The Knight of Cups. I call this like the ideal romantic boyfriend. Or it could be girlfriend or friend, special friend. Gender is irrelevant here. It is absolutely irrelevant that this is a masculine or masculine presenting figure. But what we do know is that they have roses and they have a blanket and they're on the beach. So those are like universal or at least cultural U.S. cultural markers of romance. I can't really speak intelligently about any other culture. So this is just take yourself on a date. It's time to like treat yourself. The throbbing with life thing, yes, the work has its own rewards. I mean, you're reaping rewards here. Finding friends, I bet these two are kind of connected, Call on your friends to help you out with whatever it is that you're doing. But it's just time to take yourself on a self date. A little love for Leo. And go big or go small. I mean, go big for Leo's sake, but don't get caught up in the circumstances or the finances or the nature of it. Someone posted something, I think on some social media account of mine, and it was, how do you, what's the one thing you do for self-care? Something like that. Of course I'm botching it because I'm trying to remember it, but I wrote immediately without even skipping a beat. I wrote being in complete solitude with, what was it? Complete solitude and unstructured time. And that was just my, I was like, okay, that's my thing. Obviously it just kind of came out. I typed it and I read all the other ones and they were like massage. A lot of them were massage and spa type things. And that's totally cool. And I say that as a massage therapist, like, hey, massage is beautiful, massage is healing, but I think it's useful to move away from those, I don't know, it's just sort of commodified. I mean, I'm not saying like, hey, if I give a friend a free massage, sure, that's a free massage, but it's best if we can find a self-love act or activity that we can furnish for ourselves. Now, if that genuinely is getting a massage, by all means, I am clearly a fan and an advocate. But I do want you to, in the spirit of your new authentic self, if your special indulgence is, I don't want to put any ideas in your head. I just want to kind of leave it there because I could come up with ideas, but those are my ideas. What are your ideas? What's truly, truly self-indulgent for you? And I guarantee you, just so you know, I guarantee you that those options that you're thinking about, if not maybe the first one or the second one, I guarantee you that they are completely doable and they don't require money, if any. Maybe a little, but whatever, So I'm spending a lot of time on this card because I guess I'm feeling like this is a step you would miss, Leo. And I'm not talking to everybody, obviously. I mean, maybe just be talking to 3 people on the planet. And that's okay. That's okay, because change reverberates outward. So I guess I'm just taking all this time to say, you're worth it, which I kind of know you are. I'm not getting a self-worth issue in this whole reading at all. But you absolutely, it's time. It's time to do it. So, okay. I've made my point. All right, Leo, it's been my esteemed pleasure and always a privilege to read for you. Take care, and I'll see you in the next time.